Transformers 1 tells the origin story of how Optimus Prime and Megatron went from best buddies to starting a giant robot civil war on Cybertron. And so, Cairo, what did you think of the story of this movie?
I think the story was pretty good, more straightforward. It didn't have no fat. Man, this movie was amazing.
I'll be honest, Cairo, I wasn't even excited about watching this initially. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
But for me, it's like, yeah, this movie kind of caught me off guard, Cairo. I'm not going to lie. It's like I've been down on the Transformers movies since Michael Bay's Transformers 2. It's like, here we go, another one of these Transformers movies. Another movie about some robots hitting each other. And then you see the movie and you go, this is just way more than that. It is by far the greatest, to me, the best Transformers movie ever. I don't think anything else.
You should be excited for every last Transformer movie since you're a robot.
You would think I'd be excited, but even this robot is like, man, Michael Bay, you're killing me. I mean, I was offended by Transformers 2. Some of the robots in there offended me. Well, it's like there's so much going on in terms of the core of the story, the themes. We have these two friends, right? Optimus Prime and the future Megatron. They used to be buddies. They were hanging out together, getting into trouble together, and you see how this fight over power splits them apart, divides them.
And Optimus Prime, you can see from the start of the movie, he wants something more. He don't want to just be a miner.
Yeah, he doesn't want to settle. Well, it starts off as before he's Optimus Prime, he is Orin Pax, right? A miner who works in the mines, and he is looking for this thing called the Matrix of Leadership, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the Matrix of Leadership.
Yeah, he thinks that that's his ticket to the big time, to the big leagues, right? I think one of my favorite parts about this movie is that we see who Optimus Prime was before he became this kind of wise transformer. We see him as kind of cocky, a bit arrogant at times, not really sure of himself. And it just makes him more relatable. It's probably the most relatable I've ever seen Optimus Prime ever. On the other hand, you have Megatron, or as the movie calls him, D16. He's totally, content with what he's being told. Go do this. Okay, you go over there. Just follow orders. Stick with what we're telling you, and you'll be all right.
Stick to what was told us. What we know is mining. Let's just stick to that. That's not break the rules.
Don't try to shake things up. Just do what you're told and this and that. So
they showed a new light of Megatron. Like I didn't.
Oh yeah.
Look at Megatron.
You can't look at him the same after this movie because in everything, even when I was a wee little robot growing up as a kid watching the old Transformers cartoons, he was always just a standard villain.
Yeah, standard villain.
Just a standard laughing evil villain. And now you look at what he went through. Look, I get it. I totally understand.
It give you a little bit more context to the origin story. Now I can't say you can see the humanity because obviously they are Transformers, but you can see a little bit more context into Megatron.
Well, I definitely can see the humanity in if somebody made me, aka Caution, work as hard as these other Transformers, then there's going to be a problem. There's going to be a problem. As a robot myself who can't also transform,
it's pretty crazy.
Like these robots, Caution has also had me working like a slave in this bar.
And he removed your cars. That's why you can't transform.
I transform out of here right now. Dude.
But this was a pretty great movie. It's like, and this is probably one of my favorite movies I watched this year. And I seen Deadpool and Wolverine, but to me, this one took the cake.
Awesome plot, awesome story. I was really, really into it. But we want to get on to the main cast. And I gotta say, Cairo, I'm actually shocked at how many big name actors they got in this movie.
So who we starting off with? Optimus?
Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Primes or Orin Pax. They got Thor himself in this.
That's crazy.
Thor himself. And I didn't pick up on it until it's like he did a really good job here because he makes Optimus relatable and without, reminding you too much of Thor. He just really sold it. But what did you think?
Oh, I think he did a fantastic job.
Yeah,
I feel like the humor was there when it was time to be serious. That was there. He did an amazing job.
Yeah, he really did great in this. Chris Hemsworth knocked it out of the park. And then we have Megatron, played by Brian Tyree Henry. And I've seen him in a lot of stuff, right? I've seen him from everything from Joker to Paperboy in Atlanta. He's been in a lot of stuff. It's great that he's doing really, really well.
And that's one of the things that kind of threw me off with Megatron, because I didn't think that was Megatron, because I guess the voice actor is actually black.
That
threw me off.
No, that they knew what they were doing with that one. I was like, yeah, let's get this brother to work in the mines, have him be enslaved.
But yeah, he did a fantastic job as well.
And we also have Scarlett Johansson. And again, this is turning into an Avengers.
Damn, I didn't know.
Yeah, this is turning into an Avengers reunion. Black Widow is in this. She, plays what is it, Alita, one, a miner who loses her job thanks to Optimus.
Oh, that's crazy.
But yeah, it's like you wouldn't have known that, and she was really good. I didn't know it was her. I was like,
Black Widow in this movie.
Yeah, they had Scarlett Johansson. And then they have Keegan-Michael Kay as Bumblebee, or B-127. He's a guy I've seen it a lot. Everybody talks about how Jordan Peele became the big, person from Kay and Peele, but Kay's doing pretty all right.
Yep.
As Bumblebee here. He's doing his thing.
I wonder why he was funny.
He was hilarious in this. He was really, really funny. We have Lawrence Fishburne as Alpha Tron, the ancient robot that gives them, their power back. That makes sense because you look at the character he's playing, and wise Morpheus-like ancient robot.
You got the whole Matrix thing going on.
It's like we got to get Lawrence. Yeah, it's like as soon as I heard the Matrix, it was like, oh, you got the Matrix. Oh yeah, Morpheus, Lawrence Fishburne.
That's crazy.
Yep. They even brought Steve Buscemi in this, and he's been in a lot of stuff. It's like he's the one voice I recognize as soon as he opened his mouth as Starscream.
Yeah,
like, this is Steve Buscemi. I know who this is.
Yeah, he did sound familiar.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I've seen him in a lot, so I knew it was him. The big one was I was surprised at who they had playing Sentinel Prime. They had John Hamm. I'm like, John Hamm? I wouldn't have known that,
I wouldn't have known it.
Yeah, it's like John Hamm play. It makes sense though, because he's playing. He's a guy who was famous for playing like a bit of a sleazy salesman, a madman, and that's kind of what he's doing in this movie.
It's crazy.
The sleazy salesman here as well, kind of selling these Transformers on his vision for what he wants Cybertron to be. But the cast overall just killed it. I mean, they really kind of. They made me kind of forget that it was a big name stars in this movie. I just saw them as the characters, and I guess that's the biggest compliment I can give it. I was so into what was going on in the movie that I just didn't even think. I didn't even think, I recognized Scarlett Johansson. I definitely didn't even recognize it was her. Well, there was just so much to love about it, from the action to the story, the pacing. I mean, think about this, Caution, as you kept referencing the pacing of the movie. So much. I mean, this movie was 90 minutes? It wasn't that long, but it does so much world building, so much when it comes to the characters, so much when it comes to the lore and to the story. I felt like, wow, I got so much from this small, quickly paced movie that I didn't get from 3-hour Michael Bay Transformers movie. I felt like I knew more about the world of Transformers from this than anything else.
And also, it got some great rewatchability. I didn't watch it like 2 or 3 times already. This is an amazing movie. Overall, what you rank this movie?
Oh, easily for me, a 9 out of 10. What about you, Cairo?
I say the same. 9 out of 10. It's pretty solid, great movie. Go watch it.
Yes, it's awesome. Go watch it. Go check it out. Frankly, I wish more people to check it out. Maybe the movie would have done better. Well, those are our thoughts on the film. But now we want to hear from you. What did you think of the movie? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to check out our next movie review. We're out.
Peace.